In the summer of 2026, Dude Perfect stands at the absolute peak of internet entertainment. More than 60 million subscribers, over 20 billion views, and a beloved brand that families across the United States trust and enjoy together. Their videos dominate recommendation lists, sell out live tours, and transform simple backyard trick shots into genuine cultural moments that people of all ages talk about. But none of that success was guaranteed. None of it felt inevitable on that quiet day back in 2009 when 5 college friends finally pressed upload on their very first YouTube video and then stared at a completely empty channel page, wondering if anyone would ever notice. So here's the question that almost no one asks about creators who eventually make it this big. How long did it actually take Dude Perfect to go from 0 to their first 1,000 subscribers? Those early believers weren't just random numbers ticking up on a screen. They were the very first strangers who decided these unknown college guys were worth following, worth coming back to, and worth supporting. And the real answer to how long that milestone took reveals more about the nature of genuine success than all the polished highlight reels and victory montages combined. Before any of this existed, before the fame, before the brand deals, and long before millions of fans, they were simply 5 competitive friends at Texas A&M University: Tyler, Garrett, Cody, Corey, and Kobe. Regular college kids navigating classes, campus life, and the everyday pressures that come with being young and ambitious. They bonded deeply over sports, endless jokes, and that constant friendly competition of one-upping each other with increasingly ridiculous basketball trick shots. They weren't trained filmmakers. They weren't aspiring influencers chasing clout. They were just energetic young men who loved playing around, creating memories, and capturing those spontaneous moments of fun on a basic camera. One ordinary afternoon, they set up in a simple backyard, filmed a bunch of impossible and creative trick shots, and casually titled the video, "Backyard Stuntmen." There was no script. No professional lighting, no editing tricks or fancy effects. Just raw, unfiltered energy, genuine laughter, and the kind of authentic friendship that makes even the simplest moments feel alive and electric on screen. They uploaded it on April 9, 2009, excitedly sent the link to friends and family members, and then waited to see what would happen. At first, nothing happened. The kind of profound silence that every single creator knows all too well in the beginning. A few scattered views trickled in from the people they already knew. 0 subscribers. The channel sat there, quiet, unremarkable, and almost invisible, exactly like thousands of other hopeful channels launching around the same time on the still-emerging platform. Doubt crept in quickly and relentlessly. Was this whole idea completely stupid? Were they wasting precious time that should have been spent on studies, part-time jobs, or more traditional career paths? Most people in that exact position would have quit right there and walked away. The emotional weight of pouring your creativity into something personal, only to watch it get almost completely ignored, is absolutely crushing. It forces you to question your talent, your ideas, your taste, and whether anyone out there in the world will ever truly care. But these 5 friends didn't stop. They kept filming new videos because it was genuinely fun for them, because it strengthened their bond as a group, and because something deep inside the footage felt alive and worth sharing. They possessed an unmistakable chemistry that no camera could ever fake: the natural laughs, the playful rivalries, the pure, unscripted joy of pulling off something crazy and celebrating the success together in the moment. That authenticity would eventually become their greatest secret weapon and the foundation of everything that followed. But in those very first days and weeks, it still felt a lot like shouting into a vast, empty void with no echo coming back. Then, almost without warning, everything changed in a way that would alter their lives forever. The backyard video suddenly caught fire and spread like wildfire across the early internet. Within just 1 week, it exploded to hundreds of thousands of views. Major media outlets took notice, and Good Morning America invited the guys onto national television for an interview that introduced them to a much wider audience. Suddenly, complete strangers from all over the country were watching, sharing the clips with their own friends and families. and talking excitedly about these talented college kids from Texas who made trick shots look effortless, entertaining, and full of heart. The second video, filmed at a ranch during a Christian summer camp and titled Ranch Edition, performed even stronger, racking up millions of views in a remarkably short period. Families loved the clean, positive fun that felt safe for all ages. Sports fans appreciated the genuine athletic skill on display. And everyday people connected deeply with the wholesome, genuine friendship that shone through every frame. It was the kind of content that stood out in a sea of early YouTube experiments. That explosive virality wasn't simply random luck or a happy accident. It was the powerful moment when their conscious decision to stay true to themselves finally met perfect timing on a still young and rapidly growing YouTube platform. People weren't just clicking on a single video for a quick laugh and then moving on. They were actively subscribing because they wanted to see what these guys would create next. The channel that had once felt completely invisible now had real, accelerating momentum behind it. New fans from cities and small towns across America began showing up in the comments section, leaving encouraging messages, sharing their excitement, and becoming emotionally invested in the journey. Reaching that important first 1,000 subscribers happened surprisingly fast once the viral wave truly hit, likely within a matter of weeks following that initial April 2009 upload. Based on how rapidly the early videos spread and earned mainstream media attention. But even with the sudden surge of visibility, those early subscribers carried real emotional and foundational weight. Each and every one represented an individual who chose to believe in 5 completely unknown college friends at a time when the internet offered endless other distractions and shiny new options. They formed the bedrock. They provided the first real proof that what the group was doing truly mattered beyond their own immediate circle of friends and family. Looking back with the benefit of years of hindsight, Dude Perfect's journey to 1,000 subscribers teaches something deeply powerful about creation and perseverance. Real success rarely begins with a perfect strategy, massive resources, or an already built audience. Instead, it starts with ordinary people who choose to keep creating even when the effort feels pointless and unseen. Who stay authentic to their vision when it would be far easier and safer to chase whatever trends are popular at the moment. And who continue to trust that meaningful human connection will eventually find its audience if the work is honest. Those first 1,000 subscribers are often the hardest ones to earn because they arrive during the loneliest phase, when almost no one is watching, when the analytics feel discouraging, and when there is no external cheering section to keep motivation high. But they're also the most meaningful and important, because they mark the exact turning point where a simple hobby between friends transforms into the beginning of a real movement, and where a tight-knit group of college buddies starts building something that has the potential to become a lasting brand recognized by millions. The next time you find yourself uploading a new video, refreshing the analytics page, and seeing almost nothing in return, take a moment to remember Dude Perfect's humble backyard beginnings. That heavy silence you're experiencing doesn't mean you're failing. It simply means you haven't met your own first 1,000 yet. The right people are still out there searching for exactly what only you can create. And sometimes, if you stay consistent and true to your voice, they find you faster than you ever dared to hope. Keep filming. Keep uploading. Keep believing. Your breakthrough might be closer than the current numbers suggest.